Oh, I have one job on this earth. One job God gave me. And I just can't do it right. God told me, go and help people before they become big-time evangelists and ruin people's lives with deception and with their greed. Help them out. They need help. So my first assignment, I get William Branham, and I'm all excited. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be easy stuff. William Branham, he's big. If I do this, I'll be really, really important in God's inner circle. So I go to Canada and I talk to William Branham. And I know a lot about William Branham. I did some homework. I think I should have done a little more. Because I didn't realize that he does not like educated people. And let me explain real briefly why he doesn't like educated people, what his thinking is. Now, when I talk to him, it's like 1948, so it's before Branham comes out and tells people all about his thinking. Now, in 1948, he is in messages talking about some of the funny ideas, but he's not really, that he has, but he's not really coming out when telling people what those ideas are. I know what they are. And one of them is that there are two different types of people here on earth. And some are from the seed of the serpent, and they will never be saved. They are predestined for damnation. And then you have the seed of Adam, who can and will become godly people. Now, it goes back to the garden. Supposedly, this is what Branham believes. He believes that Eve had sex with Adam and gave birth to children who were godly. And she had sex with the serpent and gave birth to ungodly children. And the serpent, before he lost his legs in the curse, before he lost his legs, was in between the animal and the human. He was the missing link. And all of those children were like 10-foot giants we see in the book of Genesis. And those children are still with us and among us, even after Noah. And those children include educated people. I made the mistake of letting him know that I knew a lot, that I had been educated in the heavenly realms with God himself, but the very word of education put him completely on guard, and from that point I knew I lost him. So I did the next best thing. I thought, well, I can't help William. Maybe I'll help out Anthony Pohl, because I knew Anthony Pohl had just been to his crusade, and Anthony Pohl was given the responsibility of taking Branham around and to the people who were the worst off, who couldn't get into the tents, and to the people who were the worst off in the dorms. And Branham would shake their hands and use the trickery that he did. Shake and say, I see that you have cancer. For 3 days it's going to be worse, but after 3 days it will be gone. And people put their hope and their trust in this. But in 3 days, Branham was gone. He had moved on to the next city where he's holding his big tent revivals. And the people grew worse And Alfred Pohl was called up by people traveling hundreds of miles to talk to him and say, why wasn't my loved one healed? When Branham said he was healed. What happened? And Alfred, it hurt him tremendously to the core. He had been a firm believer in William Branham. But because of that, seeing so many people hurt and realizing nobody really was healed, he left the faith. Absolutely abandoned it. And I wanted to help him. So I talked to him, tried to encourage him, tried to see that he was not the only one who saw this, that there were people in South Africa and there were people down in Texas who saw the same thing, and newspapers around the world were reporting the same. But he would not be consoled. So I've had a very, very depressing several weeks. To add to all this, I'm on a bus because I lost the key to my time machine. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old or something. I lost the key to my time machine and I find it. After I'm on the bus already, I find it. Now what am I going to do? Well, I'm on the bus to the United States. I'm going to Chicago and going to get transferred to, because I lost my notes, which are all in my time machine. I lost my notes, so my next responsibility is to find A. Allen and help him before he becomes a drunk. Well, before he becomes big time ministry and gets pulled over by police for drinking and driving, and hopefully help him to stop his drinking. It's so depressing seeing what happened in Canada that I don't know. Sometimes I think I just will join him in getting drunk with him. But I don't think God would be too happy with that, so I'll just continue on with my journey and hopefully talk him out of becoming a big-time con evangelist. So I'm on my way to the United States, on my way to see A. Allen. And after that, I'll return to my time machine and see what God has to say about all this.